So my family was huge, and we believed in not just teasing people, but tormenting them. It was insane. Let me tell you about it. Hey everyone, this is Jason from Superhero Deep Dive and TN2M Show's Sit Down, Stand Up Comedy Show. Welcome to another episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Helps make the world go round, helps us out. We really appreciate it, and we really appreciate your support. So, have I ever told you about my family? Probably not. Probably not. I'm gonna focus on my mom's side right now. But my mom is one of 11 children. My dad is one of 8. So I came from a huge, huge family. Like I have 50 cousins on each side. Christmas was a nightmare growing up because, you had to draw names for people, like, to see who you were getting presents for. And a lot of it, like half Thanksgiving was you would do the name drawing, and then you would figure out whose kids are whose, and which one that is. It was insane. It was insane. But I never realized just how much our families impact us until fairly recently. And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Let me explain. So with my mom, she's born. My grandma is full-blooded Japanese. My grandfather, he was American. He was Caucasian, white as he could be. They fell in love, and apparently, as soon as my grandma was healed from one child, they were off to the races having another. I mean, it was insane. I don't actually know if there are two of the like two birthdays, I guess, within the same year, because that would be really weird. That'd be really, really weird. But there's a lot of them. I mean, there's 11 kids, so there was something always happening. But as a result, they didn't have a lot of money. They had a small house, and the thing about my family is, and it was described fairly recently, is that we were perfectly imperfect. Let me explain this. We have these things where we would relentlessly pick on each other and tease each other. But if anyone messed with you, we'd always have your back. If you ever needed anything, we'd always have each other's backs. Because I mean, after all, my mom's side of the family, they were their own baseball team, like they had enough for their whole team. It was them versus the neighborhood. And growing up, we they grew up in a predominantly um African American, like lower income area. So they were a mix of white and Asian. Uh, it was just a weird time. It was just a weird time, and they never had it easy, you know? But it's okay. But anyways, they were their own baseball team. We picked on each other relentlessly. There was always like wrestling, um, and roughhousing. Uh there's enough, I guess, gap between the ages of kids to where when one of the aunts or uncles, I guess, were having children, there were still other aunts and uncles, I guess, that were close enough to that age, kind of like, I mean, it's just, I don't know. You'll see it a lot. You'll see it a lot. But so, like, for instance, my uncle John, my aunt Nancy, they were maybe 5, 6 years older than me. Maybe, I think maybe 10 years older. But relatively speaking, when you're growing up, you hit a certain age where you're still picking on each other, right? You're still messing with each other. You're looking at these people like cousins. Um, you're just, I don't know, you're just constantly messing with each other. Like for instance, I have one of my cousins was the one that apparently we picked on the most. And I'm surprised it wasn't me. But like he was really into um Ghostbusters growing up, but not necessarily Ghostbusters. He really wanted the slime. He really wanted the slime growing up. So what we did was that's what he asked for Christmas. He wanted everyone in the family to get him slime, like the Slimer ectoplasm slime. Everyone got cans of green beans and gave it to him. They were all rubbing. So he'd get this can. He was like so excited. And he'd open it up and it'd be green beans instead of slime. He got like one container of slime and everything else was like canned vegetables. And it wasn't even like good canned vegetables. It was the worst stuff we could find. Because that's the kind of people we were. We'd watch the movie Child's Play, you know, the one with the Chucky doll. And we had a My Buddy doll. So when he would jump out, like we'd throw it in the room and freak everyone out, like, because that's what we did. We constantly did that. And the funniest thing was, is with my grandma being Japanese, there was a big culture difference. I'm sorry, my forehead itched. But there was a big culture difference. Like one of my uncles was a big outdoorsman. He went and bought squid for fishing or octopus, something like that. Squid, one of the tentacle like little things. Anyways, he takes it and brings it in, puts it in the big freezer that they had because they had to buy everything in bulk, you know, with the family of 13, I guess, with the parents and if there weren't any other grandchildren around, but they had to do that. So he puts this octopus or squid or whatever in to freeze because he was going to take it out fishing. He goes one day, um, comes back and he's looking for the squid. And he's like, I can't find it. I think it's an octopus. So whatever, the tentacle thing. La, 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 la. He goes, I can't find it. Has anyone seen it? Everyone starts laughing. My grandma saw it and thought it was a present. So she had cut it up and made sushi for everyone. So unfortunately, all the kids had fishing bait for dinner one night. But we were relentless. And what I wanted to ask everyone listening or watching is were your families like that? Did you have like a super supportive family? My wife's family is really supportive. Like for them, uh the biggest thing that they have, like the most they rag on each other is like who was camp champ, like who farted the worst, you know, during a family outing. Ours was like who could make someone pee their pants, like who can torture someone the worst, who can make someone throw up like out of disgust. How can we torment someone? Theirs was like super lighthearted and I had no idea how to deal with that at first. It's been refreshing though because it's been a lot of pressure off of us to have to torment people. But you know, one of the things my family would love to do is they'd love to um stick their fingers in each other's foods, but that wasn't good enough because you did that at first, and then people got so used to it, they were like, well, screw it, I'm just gonna eat. So what you had to do was you had to learn the poke and flick. What's the poke and flick? Put your finger in the food, boop, flick it at them. Then the plate was ruined. Then they wanted nothing to do with you. Or you took something off their plate and you ate it, but you stared at them while you ate it. Because that way they knew that you intentionally did it. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm playing and I goofed around. My family, we're like, we wanted to torment you and we wanted to know that you were being tormented. But for anyone else? Were your families like this? If so, let us know what they did in the comments. Let's have a discussion about it. But guys, that's my time for this week. Thank you so much. Make sure you tune in every week, or pretty much every day with TN2M shows. We have something going on all the time, whether it's the wrestling memes, whether it's the Bogus or Bonafide, the sit-down stand-up comedy shows. We have something going on all the time to keep you entertained. So make sure you like, make sure you comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in to TN2M shows. Bye-bye.